He's back.
No way.
I'm gonna throw a message in that group in a second here and tell him to hit it up.
My Brendan's coming in, I know that. And then I'll shoot some messages out real quick too.
Hell yeah, dude. So I just downloaded the app and it's got like all of our stuff in there.
Nice.
So you guys should be able to do the same thing. And I can send it to you guys too. Let's see. All iPhone users here, so it should be helpful.
Yeah, yeah, I got it.
The most wild thing I've ever seen in my entire life, dude.
What's that?
Seeing a fucking logo that I designed
Bro,
on an app is the craziest thing ever, dude.
bro, I was funny because I didn't even like real I saw the picture this morning, but it's just like I just saw the like logo, but I didn't even like notice it was like in the app store until you like mentioned it now. I was like, oh, that is sweet. Like
Yeah, it's
I was like,
crazy,
that
dude.
picture's
It's
awesome.
crazy.
Yeah, the picture's sick too.
That was my High Rocks race, bro.
Uh,
Just like you on the sled, pushing and
yeah,
pulling.
gotta do it.
Yeah.
So should I be able to sign in with just
Sign in with whatever you used
like
previously on just the Trainerized website and it'll work.
okay.
But yeah, it's just been the great migration, dude. It's been the great
Yeah, it
migration.
seems like it's been like pretty seamless though, huh? Because I feel like it happened quick.
Dude, it's been interesting for sure, like getting everything sent over there. Uh yeah, it's probably taken the better part of a couple weeks,
Okay.
or a month or so to really do it. But Jake's here. What's up, dude? I know we're chatting tomorrow, but I don't know if he's in or on or if he can hear me.
What's going on? I'm in the car,
Oh, it's
so
all good, dude. No worries.
just trying to navigate here.
Yeah. I hope you're in familiar territory. That way it doesn't take up too much bandwidth.
We should be good. It's just we got a squall in Wisconsin right now, so it's a little sketch.
Oh, a squall. You see that, Nick? That's fucking lingo for a storm, bro.
Bro, I did not I actually didn't know. I if you look at my Google right now, it says squall. I was
Did
like,
you just Google it just now?
yeah, I was like, what?
That's
I've
hella
known Jake for a
funny.
while, so I'm like, I'm surprised I haven't heard that. But yeah, it's windy out here in Chicago too.
It's always windy in Chicago, Nick.
This is a fact. This is a
It's
fact.
as if
But
the city was named something because of that.
mm, um,
Actually, what that's not actually why it's called the Windy City.
Well, if the shoe fits, right?
the shoe fits.
And
Life
I think
does.
that's Brendan is on dial up in there. What's up, dude?
Yo, yo, yo. I'm also in the car. It's also shitty weather, but we're making it work.
Right on.
Jake, tell me why Chicago was named the Windy City.
It has to do with politicians, like way back in the day. They would they'd just speak their asses off, and essentially the people said politicians in Chicago just blow wind because they don't actually do anything; they just talk. So that's
I gotta
that was like
fact check
way
this
back.
man, dude.
That was way back. That was way back in the day. Get up, get up.
I gotta. Why is Chicago called the Windy City?
If you look up the politics part, though,
Oh,
it's
dude, it does say weather and politics,
yeah.
rivalry with Cincinnati, boosterism,
Hmm,
self-promotion,
I like it. All right, thank you, Jake. I learned two new things today. Look at
a
that.
squaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says weather is one reason, politics is another. Rivalry is Cincinnati. Says in the late 19th century, Chicago and Cincinnati were bitter rivals. When Chicago surpassed Cincinnati in meat production in the early 1860s, Chicago appropriated Cincinnati's nickname, Porkopolis. Cincinnati Enquirer ran several headlines referencing the Windy City to criticize Chicago. It's a duel, dude.
Yeah. Who knew?
So the Bears and the Bengals hate each other. Is that what I'm
I
hearing?
don't, I don't think so.
I don't know. The Bears just fired their coach, so
Yeah. I know the Bears, yeah, Bears and Packers fans definitely don't like each other, which is yeah, it's a real like deeply rooted rivalry.
Packers fans, as a Packer fan, hate Vikings fans a lot more.
Really?
It,
But I feel like Vikings fans they're probably like hard to be mad at. Like they're not mean people for the most part.
yeah, and the Packers beat them like all the time.
Yeah.
yeah, that's why like the Bears. I mean, every year the Bears win the offseason, and then every year the Bears win the offseason, and they don't, and then they'll. I don't know. We won what the last 10 games against them, last 11 games against them. Doesn't
Really bad. Yeah.
And then the Bears do what they just did against Detroit, and they, with 34 seconds and a timeout, let the clock run down to 2 seconds and throw a shitty Hail Mary.
That was a fucking joke.
Isn't that crazy? Can you believe
That was
that?
Yeah. One of the crazier things I've seen on prime time too, just all time bad.
Nuts, man. Absolutely nuts. Cool. Jake and Brennan, you guys have any big questions for us before we just start talking about some shit to hopefully help you out?
no, I'm good.
no liking the workouts. Throughout this month. I know I haven't hopped on a call yet. Bring to the call and what other information I've been missing out on other than just doing the workouts.
Yeah, cool, man. So Nick, you want to hit on any of that like big broad stroke stuff, and then I can kind of fill in any gaps too of like I think we'll hit on like hey, path forward, like where we're kind of at now with wrapping up this today actually being kind of last day. And then we can kind of chat through how like we can kind of keep making progress, things people would have access to moving forward in ways that kind of keep it popping. So I'll let you go start talking, and then I can fill in anything on top of that too. And I'm gonna shut this door.
For sure. Yeah. I think the idea of the program, which I assume was probably pretty easy to get recognition of, was just like it's almost like a sample of what we can kind of offer. Like I programmed pretty much the same workouts for everybody. I made some tweaks here and there, and then like I texted Jake and Brendan separately in case like there was some stuff they didn't feel comfortable doing or want to switch up. So like when you kind of join on with like blue chip, that's kind of the thing you get all the time, I would say. Like it's customized coaching. And then there's also like a nutrition portion with it. So we kind of got or you guys got like a taste of that too with being sent the recipes and kind of general nutrition information. With joining on, you kind of get like that catered to you. So we would go into depth as much as you want. I think both of you like speaks to you guys being here right now, but I assume you guys probably felt like you got in what you or you got out what you put into it. And like you two probably communicated with me more than most people, at least I can think of that I can think of off the top of my head. So like I think there would be a lot of benefit for you. But obviously shoot any questions you know I got, and then I'll let Blaise kind of talk about it. But we got some exciting stuff coming too in terms of the app. I'll let him touch on that more, but I think in terms of like moving from True Coach, which I know we had some like minor issues with in terms of like the workouts being like a day behind, I think this app will kind of alleviate like all those minor issues we had.
Yeah, and before I kind of hit on anything, do you guys, Jake or Brennan, do you guys have any specific questions about like what it would look like to continue and figure out like, hey, what more do you have access to or any of those things so that we can address those kind of head on before I start talking about some other stuff?
Yeah, if you could touch on
Just,
that, that'd be great.
Cool.
yeah, just real quick, I just want to say, like, in terms of True Coach, like, I didn't really have any issues. I know for sure, like, sometimes, like Nick said, things were like a day behind, but honestly, like, I was totally fine dealing with that if it meant I could see, because like the videos were great, and it was awesome that they came pre-muted, so it doesn't like fuck up the music, like I don't know, I think that was super helpful. So that's it. But yeah, go ahead.
Cool. Yeah, guys. So, yeah, Nick, I cannot take any credit for any of the programming that he did. That man went hard for your guys' workout programs, and I think it really shows in the way that I hope you guys. And I'm not sure what kind of progress that you measured day 1 to day 30. When I have somebody that comes on and works with me in particular, and I try and help Nick and Mia see the value in this, I think it's really helpful to figure out what your definition of success really is, and then figure out a way that you can measure that so you can continue to work towards that goal. So, for me, and this is different from everybody else too, probably is like I've got an 85-year-old grandfather that plays basketball with 20-year-olds, and I want to be doing that when I'm 85. So like, I kind of like pissed away my like vanity goals at this point, where like I want to look shredded or whatever, and thankfully, probably for better for me that way, have just kind of looked to move and as much or as little pain as possible, stay super mobile, and then kind of the rest of the results have kind of come from that. So all of that to say, like identifying what your goal was and seeing how you can measure progress can be super motivating. And the way that we can do that is through the training piece and also through nutrition, accountability, education, and community. And those are kind of like the 5 we'll call like pillars of health that Blue Chip is kind of founded on and operates on. You guys have seen the training piece pretty in depth. The only thing that you haven't seen is like, hey, Jake, let's say you're coming up and you're like, dude, I got a 2-week work trip. I'm gonna be out in the middle of nowhere. I don't know what to do. I'm not gonna have normal gym access, normal equipment. You can hit up Nick and be like, Nick, I need 2 weeks of body weight trainings. I want to do interval sprints. I want to, do things that are unique to what the equipment that I have. You could go into the gym and record a video of the gym or take a photo, send it over to your coach, and then we are able to then program for you based on that information. So that is a piece that I think is really helpful because everyone's life is dynamic. So when you're able to kind of adjust on the fly, that's kind of what your coach is for. The second piece is that nutrition piece. Now, nutrition is kind of a loaded word, and just to be perfectly clear, I'm considered a master health and nutrition coach, but I'm not a nutritionist or dietitian. So there's two different things. Nutritionist and a dietitian is like, hey, you came to me with X wrong with your body. We are prescribing you to eat Y. Whereas a nutrition coach, a master health coach, a nutritionist, a nutrition coach in that space is doing something where we're formulating an understanding of habits and then taking those habits and then making it into an actionable outcome that typically breaks down a goal into like its intermediary pieces to then come down to like a daily action that you can do to get you there. And nutrition from that perspective, it sounds kind of woo woo. But what I'll say is like people lose like 20, 30 pounds, they put on a ton of muscle mass and they don't have to think about or carry around a food scale or count their macros all day long. Like it just becomes automatic. And that's kind of the way that we attack nutrition. Do you guys have any questions about those two things before I keep kind of rambling on?
I'm good.
No, I like that. I think another thing that would be helpful in terms of like the access to gym equipment too, because I'm limited. I'm not, based on what my goals are. I don't have any need to go out and pay $50 to $100 a month for a gym membership when I have free equipment to use. But what are some like you said, if we don't have access to those free gyms that I have, or free equipment, what are some like pieces of equipment that we could purchase for relatively cheap on like Amazon or another website where we can complete a solid mobility workout at home in a hotel room, on the road, you name it.
Hit it, Nick. I know you got some answers to that, dude.
For sure. I think like bands, I mean, they're super cheap and like you can use them, I mean, pretty much in any way. Like you can literally do just about any type of compound lift or squat, deadlift, row, bench press. And they're like they're probably under like 20 bucks on Amazon. I mean, yeah, they're definitely not expensive. So like those bands you see people put around those ankles, and then like the longer bands, I think are like an audit, like a necessary thing for anyone who's trying to like work out at home and just be efficient slash uh just cost efficient too with it. And then I'm just trying to look around my apartment because I mean like yoga mat, but I don't know. Yeah, Blaise, you can go ahead. I feel like bands are the biggest thing because anything I have like weights, but those are obviously pretty expensive. So I'll let Blaise touch on that.
Yeah, so Jake, that's a great question. And I'm gonna kind of answer it by showing you something really quick. You're up in Wisconsin, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this guy, I would say is like the GOAT when it comes to band trainings and gym stuff. And he's actually in Wisconsin too. And his name is Dave, and they call him literally the band man. This guy literally has programmed his entire life and training regimen with bands and other like small pieces of equipment. He's got like mounting straps and stuff, but I mean, look at this dude. Like, look at the shit that he's doing, like athletic training wise, like deceleration work with a band and like working like leg strength and like, and I know that you probably aren't able to see this right now, but I'm sharing my screen with you and showing you some of these movements. So if you don't have your screen on, you're not gonna be able to see, but um, this is like
I see it a little bit.
okay, yeah, yeah. The guy's got a ton of stuff, and all that to say, like when I first started my we'll call like garage gym, and I train in there pretty much all the time. At this point, I only had the adjustable kettlebells that Bowflex puts out. And they're about like $100 a piece. It might have been like $140
Yeah, I think
for
it's
one
like
of them. And I just had one kettlebell, and the weight range went from 8 pounds to 40 pounds. And I could do like a really, really, really diverse set of movement patterns with that weight set and that one kettlebell. So like for me, I think like, hey, if you can find something that you can kind of adjust like that and have to where you could do some movements like that, I think that's really, really effective too.
I like that. Nick, if you could, if there's like a recommended like brand of bands that you find, or like a recommended set that has like, several different options that you need both for ankle and then those long bands, if you wouldn't mind sending me the link, that'd be
yeah,
appreciated.
I got you. 100%.
Sweet. Cool. You have anything else, Jake, that you wanted to ask or Brendan?
Not on
No,
top of mind.
everything's good. I'm just listening. This
Okay,
is very
sweet.
helpful.
Sweet, sweet. Okay, so we talk training, we talk nutrition. The third part's accountability, and I think you guys probably have gotten a pretty good taste as to what that looks like in working with Nick the last month. Um, the unique piece of online training that I think isn't really discussed, and that I'll be completely honest with, is that like no one's there to do the work for you, but also in-person training, no one's there to do the work for you. You still have to go in and make that happen on a day-to-day basis, and that's kind of the great part about having a coach is somebody there to kind of hold you accountable to the training that you said you're going to do, two, showing up and performing your best, and three, the ability to kind of critique and kind of help you push through those plateaus. And that's really what that kind of accountability piece is too. And the nice part about the way that we do accountability is it's bi-directional too, right? Like, let's say you guys are out training and it's like you need Nick or you would need me or whomever to address your guys' goals and be like, hey, I need to change this stuff based on the equipment I have available, blah blah blah. We're held to a standard to make sure that we're showing up the best and most effective way that we can be, and then you guys are held to the standard so that you're able to really look, move, and feel your best and push through any of those kind of 5% we'll call discomfort pieces that really start to help you grow and start to get you closer to your goals. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Cool.
That fourth piece is education. Now, I'm not gonna bore you guys with an old photo of me when I was probably about 4 or 5 years ago when I was in flight training, but I will tell you that I was 231 pounds or 230 pounds. And when I was going through naval flight training, I was 1 pound away from being too heavy for the ejection seat of the aircraft that I was flying. So they basically said like if I gained a single pound, like I would be like disqualified from flying like for that plane until I like lost weight. And the reality is I was the strongest I'd ever been at that point in my life. Um, but I was spending 2 hours a day in the gym and I wasn't getting any of the results that I wanted besides the strength that I wanted. So all that to say, like, I moved slow. I hurt while I was going upstairs. When I rolled out of bed, it was like exhausting. Like it was just like the the body I had, the way that I was doing it was all like wrong. And I think a lot of that comes down to my lack of education and something that I didn't truly understand when I was 22 to 24, 25, in that kind of space in my life. So what we at Blue Chip, what Nick is here to do is to cut through the noise of like the sheer volume of bullshit that exists in the world of health and really really dialed in to like what's going to help you guys out the most. Um, if you're interested in biohacking, sick, we can talk through cold plunges. I do a cold plunge most days. I can tell you guys all about like the benefits, mental, physical, whatever. But at the end of the day, like you don't need to cold plunge to be healthy, and you don't need to have this crazy morning routine to do that. There's just ways that we can kind of dial that stuff in and focus and educate you on the things that you need, so that you're armed with the information and you're able to kind of make an educated decision in your health journey. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Sure does.
Cool. We do that too, and I don't know if Nick has told you guys, but we have a podcast that we run weekly. There's like 51 episodes. We just dropped the 51st one yesterday. Of that so far, we're gonna keep ripping with that too, having guests on and talking to people about methods to, health stuff, money stuff, kind of whatever to kind of help you live the best life you can. So that stuff's out there too, and we'll pull those as resources as well to send over to people if you need them. So that's kind of rounds out our education piece. And the last one, the fifth one, is going to be that community. And we were actually talking, Nick and I were with our other coach, Mia and Chelsea, like 10 minutes before we hopped on this call. But the community piece is something that I think is the toughest to accomplish in an online coaching space, and it's because you don't really feel the energy of having like people around you in like a group training setting quite the same as you do in a real group training setting. I know that because I coach people in groups too. But the nice thing about having the community is that you guys are all able to be on the journey together. You get to lean on other people when shit is getting tough, and you actually get to know people all around the country. We've got people that are working with us that are all the way out on the East Coast in DC. We've got people that are out in California. Nick actually just hit a training session up with a guy that I'm coaching who's up in Chicago. They went and trained together, like 2 days ago, Nick, and they like got breakfast. And it's like one of those things where it's really, really cool to have the connections all over the place. And this year we're looking to do more like retreat style stuff where we can kind of get together and get the opportunity to, whether that's compete, train, learn, just kind of get better and hang out together throughout that. So that's kind of how our community piece kind of factors into what we got going on. Does that make sense to you guys?
For sure.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I think one thing I want to point out too is like just in this first month, knowing I'm, something I have been doing with you guys, thanks to you guys, is when I tell friends I'm working on, I've noticed like both friends at work, my girlfriend, they've all been like a little bit more motivated too to step up and get in the gym and take care of their bodies and move. So I think that's a good little community aspect of even this virtual training that might not, be super obvious at first glance.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, it's infectious for sure. I'll say like my wife didn't train a ton before like meeting me, and then she joined the gym that I was coaching at, and now she goes on her own without me going with her. And it just kind of like rubbed off on her. And she does like the majority of the cooking at the house, and I'll say like she makes some incredible stuff that's super healthy and beneficial. So it's kind of like that mentality, the rising tides raise all ships. Like you start to do it and you start to kind of set the example, and people around you will kind of follow. And then you kind of get to reap the benefits of helping the people around you, look, move, and feel their best. And then you get the benefits of a girlfriend, being healthier, being around longer, and those things are super, super nice. So yeah, I appreciate you kind of pointing that out too. Brendan, you got anything you want to ask or questions or anything like that?
No, I mean, I was with Nick over the holidays, and it was just cool. Like, I mean, we do a turkey bowl, and every
Who won,
Friday after
dude?
Thanksgiving we play a little touch football. We won, me and Nick took care of business. But yeah, it was just cool. Like, I mean, last year I had food poisoning, so I missed it. But the year before that, I was just so down bad. Like, no tank, nothing. And this year, like, I was one of the last people to give up. Even just after a month, I was feeling a lot better. Like, much more stamina, endurance, everything. It was great. So, and Nick looked good. I mean, he was the last one, So it's good to see, like, the example, I guess.
Hell yeah. Yeah. That seems like it was awesome. Nick, how'd you guys do, dude? What was the final?
It's probably like 42 to like 20.
Wow, you guys worked them,
No,
huh?
we were in the 50s. Come on.
We were in the 60s?
Yeah, no, 50. We were cooking
Oh,
it, bro.
yeah, no, it was bad. They kind of gave up.
Dropped a 50 spot. That's tough,
Yeah,
dude.
but it's just fun because I think I might have touched on this with earlier, but I don't know. Either way, yeah, even like we were in Nashville, like the same group of guys, maybe a month or so, 2 months ago. And yeah, we did like a quick like stretch slash mobility sesh, like one of the days, and it was kind of like a boys trip, and like we were all kind of just over boozing or just staying out late. So it was cool to have like that community aspect too. And like, yeah, it's hard in the virtual setting, but like you guys kind of touched on it. Like when you can come in person and then like really see the results in fruition, it's a cool feeling. But yeah, I
Yeah, I mean,
don't
even during during that trip, one of the guys was like we did a little sharks and minnows, and he was afterwards. He was like, "Dude, that was a wake up call. Like I'm so out of shape." And then he went for a couple runs after that because he was like,
Yeah.
"Damn, I'm not
Yes.
ready to move my body."
Sorry, guys, I gotta hop off quick, but it was nice talking to you, and I'll talk to you, to Blaise and Nick tomorrow.
Cool, man. Thanks for joining on, Jake.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jake,
Alright.
man. Looking
Thanks,
forward to
guys.
chatting, man.
Shortly, but I'll stick around for a couple more minutes.
Cool. And also, Brendan, I meant to tell you this too, and I know you can't see. Chelsea just made these. I don't know. She just found this recipe, which I don't know if you can see it. It almost looks like crack cocaine on a like a cinnamon roll type thing. These are snickerdoodle cookies that are protein based. So we've got like, and I don't know if you got the recipe card sent out to you yet, and if you haven't, let me know and we can send it to you. But we're gonna we like continually add shit like that to the recipe so that you're able to continue to eat shit that tastes good and also helps you continue to make progress. So
That's awesome. Yeah, I haven't gotten that yet, but send it over. I'll check it out.
hell yeah, we can do it. We can do it. Cool. You got anything else, man? I feel like we should like hit on anything that you got before we let you go.
No, I'm good. I mean, definitely a good month. Feeling much better. Ready to kind of keep the ball rolling, especially going into the holidays. Usually if I make any progress in the past, the holidays come around and I'm like, I'll take care of it later. But this year I'm feeling like, no, I gotta keep the momentum going. So I'm feeling good.
Yeah, dude. Believe it or not, the statistic is like between Thanksgiving and New Year's, there people frequently will gain 5 to 10 pounds in that window of time.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, and not the good kind. So definitely having a little bit of accountability and a little bit of the helping hand helps with that too. So yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Nick, you got anything else for Brendan before we boot him out? Allie's in here too. We'll chat with her for a second after, but
No, I think I'll touch base with Brendan offline too. So yeah, I mean he's my guy, so we'll talk. But
yeah, the
Brendan,
Turkey Bowl bond rolls deep, baby.
Oh yeah, come on.
yeah, we're talking like I don't know. I've known Brendan for like I don't know, probably like 20 years, maybe more. So yeah, we'll be good. But nah, I ain't got anything. Just drive home safe. Have fun, whatever you're doing.
Oh wait, am I? How long have I been on mute?
About like a minute or two.
Okay, all right. Yeah. No, you're my guy. Appreciate you, Blaise. Thanks for everything, and yeah, we'll talk later.
Cool, man.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Have a good
see you,
one.
dude.
Peace.
Allie, what's up, girl?
Hey, sorry it took so long to join. We got the kids like this like mini jungle gym here. I could show you guys. It looks pretty awesome. Like I'm kind of jealous. It's like a thing they climb over. It's like a little rock wall.
That
You
looks
know.
so small though. That's like a Raylan hand. That's tiny.
uh, yeah, well, it's being built by Dad the Builder right now. So
Dad the Builder. Dad the Builder
yeah.
should be working right now. Tell him to get his ass back to work.
Oh, he did day shift today because he had to fly. So and it made me realize how much I missed the day shift.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, but now Raylan's using it as we're pretending it's her bed. So
Oh, good. What's her hair doing over there, dude?
who, her hair?
Her hair.
Dude, she's got wild hair.
I know.
It's like curls, but then if and I brush it and then it's just like I gotta get her some special cream or something for those lots. But
there you go.
it's
Allie, full disclosure, I have about 5 minutes before I've got to go because
okay.
Cole is going to be coming here to train.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I know I'm late.
No, it's all good. What, if any, questions or comments do you have before I like start talking to you guys about app stuff and excitement there?
Okay. Oh. I yeah. Ricky's like, you don't do good on the spot. I did find out that I will have to have surgery. So I guess like my question is, what are like some good, I guess, post-op, I guess stuff I can do that I'm still, maintaining or being active, but I guess, yeah, but I guess not like overdoing it. Has anyone gotten surgery to where they can offer some feedback or?
One, I think you got to talk to your doc and ask him or her what they think you can do.
Right.
And I would start there, and then depending on what they say, I think that will kind of yield to what we do. Because I don't want to be like, oh yeah, Allie, just go start doing thrusters, and then you're like doing those and throwing a weight over your head, and your doctor's like, what the hell did you just do? And
Yeah,
then you tell them
true.
that I told you to do it, and then I feel like an idiot because I was like, oh, I don't know, I thought she was good. So
Well, I mean, I do listen to the doctors and then I don't. So maybe that's my problem though, because yes, they know their stuff, but also, I know that they can be wrong. But yes, I probably will talk to them about it. But I was just wondering if anybody, I guess, has been through that and, still, try to maintain like staying active and, things like that. Cause that's gonna stop.
before, dude?
Sorry.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, obviously I kind of took the doctor's advice, but as I started to get better, I would just kind of like still work out the other parts of your body that aren't affected. I think there is like a lot of research too now that like that can almost help heal that part that you're resting. Um,
Okay.
I would definitely try to still be active to whatever degree they say that's okay. But like obviously I don't know what you're getting surgery on, but like if I tore my meniscus in my leg and my
Ooh,
but the doctor's like you can go crazy with the upper body, like it's gonna be
okay.
helpful for you. Like
Yeah.
continue to like work on maybe something that you weren't as strong in, and to get better at it. And like physical therapists are also super helpful with that, but obviously we can help with those exercises too. So yeah, I think that just keep that in mind. Like don't just be a couch potato. Like yeah, challenge your doctor. He's like you can't do anything. Be like really, but I doubt he'll say that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, well, even if he did, I would not listen. Ricky hates it because I'm a terrible patient, so I'll be up and doing stuff the next day that I shouldn't be doing probably, but but yeah, no, that's helpful advice. I'll have to, maybe ask what the
Yeah.
Yeah, walking, and I think Nick hit the nail on the head. If you get surgery on your arm, see if you can do leg stuff. If you get surgery on the leg, get your, and I know that yours is not either of those things, but yeah, I would say like definitely see what they say is enough, and then I'm sure they're gonna give you the advice too of listen to your body, and know kind of what that's like. And when is your date again?
I don't have one just yet. I have to meet with the vascular surgeon to, I guess, go over that. But I have gotten the green light that my doctor, you absolutely have to have surgery for, it to get better. So there's not a date yet, but he said as soon as, we can get in. So,
You guys are gonna try and do it before you move, though.
oh yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, for sure. So
Okay. Well, cool. Yeah, we can chat more about it too,
yeah, for
Allie. But before I leave, because like I said, my Cole is coming here to train in a second. I want to put a plug in for these are
sure.
called Ollie Pops. If you've never had an Ollie Pop, I just drank this cream soda Ollie Pop. It's like a probiotic, tastes kind of like a tastes kind of like a soda, but this one tastes just like cream soda, but like delightful.
I love
Um,
cream soda.
it's got 2 grams of sugar. It's got 9 grams of fiber. It's got probiotics. Um, it's got only 40 calories, and they're just delightful. So
Ooh,
if you're interested in trying out a new like soda type deal,
definitely.
Olipop's and their root beer is bomb too. But
Oh
The
my
cream
god,
soda might be my favorite one.
I love both of those. We get the poppy drinks, but I'll have to give those a try too because
These
those.
are way better than Poppies. Poppies are shitty, and I am not affiliated with these guys in any way. I wish I was. Maybe I'll have to hit them up and be like, "Hey,
Olipop. Ooh,
let's be friends."
ooh, Olipop is the way to shop. Love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe that should be their new motto. That too. That's a good. It's a good.
We'll
Good.
take it to the bank, dude. We'll take it to the bank.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll have to give those a try.
Cool. All right. That's all I got. Nick, thanks for being on with these guys earlier and for hanging out. Let me know if you have any questions too. And Allie, I'm stoked. The app is close. I'm gonna start
Yeah.
migrating anyone who's working with me over there pretty soon. Probably within the next week. I'll hit you with some instructions, but it's on the App Store. And you can
Wow.
yeah, it's crazy. I just downloaded it and I saw my face on an application and our logo and I almost shit myself. So it was really, really crazy.
That's really cool. That's
Yeah.
super cool. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I can't wait for that. That'll be a good day.
Yeah. Sweet. Let me know if you need anything. Hit me up and Nick, we'll chat soon, dude.
Yeah, Ali. See you, Blaze.
Bye,
See you
guys.
guys.